Oh, are we on? Are we on? Are we on? Oh, yeah. Oh, Jesus. Well, that was emotional. I've just finished watching Pistol, the story of the Sex Pistols, on whatever the feck it was. Sorry, I can't remember what I bloody watched. I've just finished it. 6 episodes, about an hour long. Very emotional watch, okay? And just kind of ironic that I'm under a picture of David Bowie and the Spiders from Mars. As it actually starts off, the whole show starts off with David Bowie singing Moon Edge Daydream, oh yeah. Or I get banned for just even attempting that. And so I should. Anyway, it's going to be spoiler heavy, okay? I'm just doing this from the heart. I might get a few names wrong in between because I usually do. And I'm just going to try my best. Just give you a quick synopsis, a rundown of the shows, okay? The 6 episodes. But all right, when I first heard that it was going to be made, I was kind of I went, oh, for fuck's sake, why? You know, it's going to be rubbish. It's going to be this, that, and the other. When I see so and so was playing him, and it was like, no. But I got to say, everybody played their characters right, from Johnny Lawton to Stephen Cook. No, Steve Jones, sorry, I always bloody call him Steve Cook. Steve Jones, the actual show was actually based on his book Lonely Boy. There's a lot of punk, like, you know, obviously it's punk influence, but there's some great soundtrack, great reggae soundtrack, and, you know, who else? What's his name? T-Rex, and a lot of Bowie. Even like some of the minor characters are in it. Susie Seal. From the Susie the Banshees, the actress that she got like her twin sister, you know, really perfect. And a lot of the punk icons are in it as well, like Jordan and Sue Catwoman. Sue, I always call her Sue, but it's Sue. Catwoman is in it. Vivienne Westwood is in it as well. Like, cause a lot of this show is based around sex, the shop that they had, the boutique, I should say. Malcolm McLaren, you know, I was never a big fan of Malcolm. I always thought he was a pompous fucking prick. And, like, just basically in the show, they made him out to be what I think he is, pompous prick. He spoke in cliches now, but he had the words. And as they were young, like, you know, he ripped the bands off left, right, centre. Johnny Rotten, he's played to perfection. I'm not sure if I don't know who played him, but I don't know if he actually sings his own song or if he's miming. Paul Jones is Paul Cook is at the back playing the drums. He's the quiet one of the group. Glenn Matlock is there, but like, you know, as I said, it's going to be spoilers. So he actually ended up getting kicked out of the band because he was actually too talented, or so he thought. And Steve Cook and then when Glenn gets kicked out, Sid Vicious comes in. And if you know the story of Sid, it's not a happy one. Like, you know, he was a himbo. I never met Sid, like, you know, so I'm just going by what I read about him and what people said about him. He wasn't the most intelligent person in the world. He was good looking. Okay, he could have been a male model if he fell into that type of thing from what people said about him and that. But drugs again, like heroin and so on, smack, whatever you want to fucking call it. And then that fucking nasty, horrible bint. I hated her. Nancy Spugden, she came in. When she actually dropped into the show, I actually booed her. That's how bad. Like, you know, like that. She led him down the pathway into heroin and that. And, you know, the Chelsea Hotel, that's where that story ended. But I've got to say, though, even from what I read of Sid, he did love Nancy. That was the thing. Like, you know, she was his fucking love of his life, and that, like, the band, they didn't like her at all. Another Yoko Ono, like, they all said that he'll end up breaking up the band because of her, or she'll break up the band, I should say. You know, there's a lot, like, as I said, there was a few great songs. You see them from starting off, they weren't very good. I know it's the Sex Pistols, so, like, you know, but they were brutal when they started, and just through preferences and that. And actually, what's her name? Chrissie Hynde, she's in it a lot. I think our influence on the band is a bit inflated. Just again, I'm just going for what I read through the years and that. Like, but she's in it from the lot. She had a on-off kind of sexual relationship with Steve Jones and that as well. So, like, you know, just it was kind of casual, never serious. There's a few good, funny bits in it, sad bits. Obviously, Sid's death and that at the end, like, you know, it's like, you know what's going to happen, but it still hurt you. Again, that's another mystery there. Did he kill her, or was there someone else, or whatever? Like, you know, and conspiracy. Like, you know, I don't know. I wasn't there in the hotels. Again, obviously, I wasn't. What else? Oh, that's great. Like, you know, there's actually, I was surprised. Actually, Adam Ant and so on didn't show up in it, because he was like around the punk circles back then. And Shane MacGowan as well. But I'm just putting his name out there just to say Shane MacGowan. What else? There was loads in it. Like, you know, it was good. Like, as I started from scratch, all the way up to the Doomed American tour there. Like, you know, and Malcolm in the background, fucking pulling the strings on everybody. John and fucking Steve and that. You know, he was a fucking, as I said, he was a nasty fucking rip off. Like the great rock and roll swindle. Like, he knew it himself. Oh, yeah. Just basically, it showed the home life as well. Steve's was fucking terrible. Like, his stepfather was a cunt. Like, sorry for using the C word and that. And Johnny Rotten, John Lloyd, whatever you want to call him, he had a happy enough, like, you know, family and that. They all liked him. They supported his decisions and so on. And so on. Sid's mad, you know, as you know, like, fucking, apparently, like the legend is, on his 14th birthday, she gave him fucking thing of heroin. You know, whether that's true or not, or it's just one of them things. But he said it in the show as well, so take it from that you want. Yeah, as I said, can't fault the music. I think it's going to be one of them shows that I'll watch over and over. I'll watch at least, I'd say, probably once a year from now on. It's really good. Try catch it if you can. If you're interested in punk, if you're not interested in punk. You know, even like the infants, like the New York Dolls, like, you know, Malcolm McLaren gives Steve his first guitar, which was Sylvan Stevens from the New York Dolls. And if you know what happened to him, it was kind of like, you know, is it called Forbidden or something like that? Forbidden or something like that. Anyway, I'm not too sure of that one. I'm rambling on here. As I said, I just watched it. I'm still a bit emotional about it. Because just caught you in the, as they say, in the feels. No, but like, it was really, really good. I recommend it. And I think they got kind of like, everybody got their characters down pat. Like, you know, am I missing out on anything? Is there an important plot? There's lots of pop, like, you know, I'm not saying plot holes and that, but no, that was good. Like as the legend is, they signed for record companies. Then they got fired. They signed again. McLaren kept all the money. There's the bit where they're on the what's it? Goodman. God. Oh, bloody hell. Whatever his name was on ITV, where they said the dirty words across the big thing, to filter them the fury in the papers and all this, because they said some dirty words. And, you know, John Lloyd and, like, you know, Johnny Rotten, like, he's very intelligent, and fair enough, they kept it in the show. Like, they didn't, like, try to belittle him or anything like that, because he was the only one out of the whole, like, the surviving members and such that wanted the show on, and he was like, you know, I'm Johnny Rotten, I don't want to be, you know, associated with it, but, you know, that's his last day, John. You know, it's all rock and roll, it's all punk, innit? And it's great as well just to hear the demos of their music and how, like, it evolved. And the backstage fights, you know, see it, like, just fucking losing the head with anyone having a fight there, here, there, and everywhere. Even the old Grey Whistle Test gets a mention, which they were never on, because it wasn't the old Grey Whistle Test type of music, even though it was a great show. Who else? There's obviously, I don't want to say too much in case you haven't seen it. I don't want to ruin you and so on, so I'm just going to leave it there, okay? Thanks for watching, and sorry if I just rambled on, and sorry that my big head is in the frame. Just like and subscribe if you want, share if you want, and like that, and just be good to each other, okay? Like the Pistols as well, as like, they were actually more or less a family. They had their falling outs and that, but and so on. Obviously, after they all went on and had separate different careers, all remained in music. Oh, the Clash weren't. That's it. They were mentioned. But look at that! Look at 3D show. Ooh. Anyway, the Clash were mentioned. That's who was one that I was surprised they weren't in that big. The Damned as well. They weren't. I'm sure they weren't mentioned as well because they actually had the first punk record released even before the Pistols and such. All right. I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching and so on. Like and subscribe, and I'll be back soon. I'm going to do a taste test soon. I think I have a thingy there. Oh, he said thingy. What does he mean by that? I just have a bar there and I might try tomorrow or some other day, okay? Right, thanks for watching and so on. I know I've said that before. I am rambling, I know. It's just, it is a very emotional show. I wasn't crying. I just had a tear in my eye at the end when Sid passed, but there you go. All right? Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and all that and blah, 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 blah. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hello? I'm just doing an add-on to my video. I've never done an add-on before.
Anyway, that was a really crap impression of Malcolm McLaren from when he does the introduction to the Great Rock and Roll Swindle. Just an add-on. I didn't mention Pauline, who was the influence behind Bodies. She's actually a important part of the first. I think it's episode 2 and 3. She was the reason for Bodies about the abortion and that. Some people love the song, other people think it's absolutely reprehensible. They hate it, but it's up to your choice. I like it. Sorry, I think it's a great tune, and I have my own views on it. I'm not gonna say any more. What was it? As well, there's two girls in it. I can't remember the name. They come from wherever. They travel down. They're sort of like, oh, geez, what happened to you there? Oh, that was a bit mad, wasn't it? Did you see that? They travel down to London into sex and that, and Vivienne Westwood and Jordan are there, and they dress the girls up and they bring them to a gig. And Steve Cook, the horny little shite, he tries to have a threesome with them. He thinks he's going out, and it looks like it is, but fair play. Jordan jumps out and sort of saves them. As such, brings them back to the shop sex and sends them back. And they're like, oh, we'll be back. We're not just all stupid punks and all this. And I think it's either going to be Polystyrene and the Slits, or it's going to be, what's the other one? The Slits. I can't think of the bloody name. Oh, shit. Polystyrene, the Slits, and I think the Slits, they done heard it through the grapevine, didn't they? Oi, punk, up yours. She's a cliche. That was the name of the film about it. I just can't remember her name at the moment, okay? What was I going to say? Oh, another one that was missing as well was Annabelle from Bow Wow Wow, and I was surprised they didn't have McLaren there, but probably because she was underage and so on. I'm just hinting there, right? Okay, I'm not saying anything allegedly, okay? About McLaren, okay? Underage, okay? I'm not saying. Alright, so that was just a little add-on. So again, thanks for watching, like and subscribe and all this. And I hope, sorry for scratching my nose. I hope it comes out alright, and thanks again for watching, okay? I'll talk to you all soon. Thank you, bye-bye.